Hi, Sarah. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Just coming to check in with you. Last week we came into my office and you told me that we were feeling a little lonely, feeling that friends had stopped hanging out with you. And in fact, it had kind of grown into a little bit of bullying. Does that sound about right?
Yes.
Yeah. You came into my office and we chatted quite a bit about some goals that we were going to do. The goal that we left with last week was that we were going to find some supports at school to build us up when we feel that loneliness. And we were going to go talk with Miss Wilson. Does that sound right?
Yes, that is correct.
How did that go?
Good, good. I feel like Miss Wilson is connecting with me and listening to me, so I appreciate that.
That's wonderful. It sounds to me like you feel heard when you talk to Miss Wilson. You feel supported when you talk with Miss Wilson.
Yes, she's a great teacher and I think I can call her my friend.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love that you have that in your school. What felt best about talking with Miss Wilson?
Um, I guess that I wasn't scared to talk to another adult and say what was going on.
Mhm. You were very brave to go speak with a teacher. I know that you I know that you let us know that you were quite a bit nervous before talking with Miss Wilson. So you should feel really proud of yourself for reaching out to her.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. Um, uh, Now that we've identified someone in your school that can be really helpful for you, an adult, I was wondering if we this week could brainstorm some ideas for if we were to encounter these girls in school. Do you think that you can have a day where you don't see these girls at school?
I don't know because they are in most of my classes. So
Yeah.
so I do have to see them because they're in my same grade and my same classes, so we take a lot of the same classes together.
Absolutely. It's a little realistic that we might have to see them a few times during the day, but we want to make sure that you feel your best. We've identified one support system that we have as an adult, Miss Wilson. What do you think are some things that we could say to these girls if we see them? Or what are some strategies that we could use if we see these girls?
I don't know, I just wanna be friends with them like I was before.
Mhm.
Um, I just wanna I just need help in being able to approach them. I don't know how or what to say even though we've been friends for forever. I don't know
Absolutely.
how to
Mhm.
connect with them again.
So let's practice some language. It sounds to me like something that we need help with is the words to use. Does that sound right?
Yes,
Because it can be really hard to speak with your friends when they're not being the friendliest with you. Does that sound about right?
yes.
If we were to encounter one of our friends, would we feel comfortable just saying hi to them again?
Yes, because I can say hi to anyone.
Mhm.
I think so. I think I can say hi.
If we were to encounter these girls again, would we feel comfortable talking about school with them?
I'm scared, but I think we can.
Something that I think would be helpful to try is just baby steps of building up backwards. We want to reintroduce you to these girls, but not to the extent where you feel overwhelmed by it. Does that sound okay?
Yes, that sounds good.
Are there other girls in your class that you'd like to be friendly with? Because these girls aren't the only girls in your classroom, correct?
No,
Hmm.
but I like to read a lot, so it's like I've always been friends with them. I do talk to other people too, but we've we've been together since like 4K or kindergarten. So it's like they're
Hmm.
almost like my sisters.
Yeah. These girls sound really important to you. They sound like they have been with you through a lot of really important things. And you said that you've known them for a really long time. And so this relationship is worth keeping to you. Does that sound right?
Yes.
All right. then one of our goals will be to work on keeping this relationship. But I want you to feel supported in this relationship. If these girls are going to say hurtful things, I want to make sure that you are in a safe space with these girls. Does that sound okay?
Yes.
Beautiful. So let's make a goal for ourselves just to reintroduce ourselves, to say hi.
Okay.
Last week, we talked about what we would do if this problem was solved, if we were friends again with these girls. Let's revisit that. Can you picture what your classroom would look like if this problem was resolved? How would you feel?
Not scared. I would feel brave and
Mhm.
loved and accepted.
Absolutely. You would feel brave and loved and accepted. Those are all such wonderful words. They make you feel safe and happy. What would your classroom look like? You just told me really great things about how you would feel. What would your classroom look like?
A good learning place because instead of thinking about them, I could focus on what the teacher is teaching.
Absolutely. Do you think you would be working with these girls during school?
Oh, yes,
Mhm.
because they're really smart and they have great ideas and we bounce back and forth on ideas and things like that. So that would look really good.
Mhm. Absolutely. Let's visualize outside of school. What would that look like if our problem was resolved? What would you be doing if this was no longer a problem outside of school?
They would be messaging me like before. They don't send me text or anything anymore like they used to. And
Mhm.
I guess it would make me happy to see pictures or funny jokes or
Mhm.
things like that that they send to me.
Absolutely. It seems like those messages really built you up and they made you feel great. What about outside of your friends? What are some things that you would do personally?
I think I wouldn't be mad at my parents anymore
Yeah,
because I just feel like I'm not understood. So I feel it's not nice to say, but I take it out on them.
yeah, absolutely. And that's fair. Sometimes that happens when we feel really overwhelmed. We sometimes take out those feelings that we're holding tight and we push them onto other people. And so that's really wise of you to notice that's something that you're doing. Last week, when we talked with mom, she told us that because of the fights that you've been having with friends, you've stopped doing a lot of the fun things that you really loved, like basketball. I'm wondering if this problem was resolved, would you start trying some of those things that you really loved again?
Yes, because I'm only just not doing them because I didn't want to be near them if they're not going to be nice to me. But if I can make myself happy again and I feel better about myself, I would love to continue doing all the stuff I love.
Absolutely. Because regardless of whether or not these girls come back into your life, I think you deserve to have some really wonderful passions in your life. So I'm wondering if our goal for next week can be to reintroduce one of those passions, whether it be basketball, whether it be reading. What is something that we can do for next week that will make you happy personally?
I think being able to focus on reading, I really love reading books. I just can't focus right now to do them. So maybe that would be something more, I don't want to say easier to start with,
Yeah.
but because it is hard and easy in
Mhm.
some aspects, but I think I would like that to be able to enjoy my reading again.
Absolutely. You deserve to do things that are going to make you feel happy. You deserve to be around people that are going to make you happy. So, for next week, we want our goals to be very specific. So, we talked about two goals that we are going to work towards next week. We are going to slowly start introducing ourselves back to our friends with healthy boundaries and with kind words. Do you have a specific person in your friend group that you'd like to try reaching out to next week?
I think Annie, because Annie seems to be the magnet for all of us to be together And if she's not there, it's like nobody else knows what to do. It's like Annie's the glue of the group per se.
Lee, we're going to start talking to Annie. We're going to say hi to Annie in the hallways, and we're going to see how that goes for us. We're going to see how we feel best when we talk to Annie and if Annie builds us up. What is something that we can do if Annie says something kind to us?
Maybe say something kind back to her and maybe
Absolutely.
try to ask her things about maybe her week or her day.
Beautiful. I love that. So we're going to talk to Annie. And if she speaks kindly to us, we are going to keep engaging with Annie and we're going to continue speaking with her about her week and about her day. We're going to hopefully introduce you as well. You can talk about your day and your week. If she is not kind back to us, we will not continue speaking with Annie. Because again, I want you to have healthy, happy relationships with these girls. Beautiful. And then what book would we like to reintroduce to ourselves to make sure that we are doing something kind and positive for ourselves?
Well, I would like to be spontaneous and
Ooh.
just pick a young adult new one that just came
Uh-huh.
out. Usually the library has new books that are sitting up there, and I just want to go and get one of those recommended books and just enjoy it.
Beautiful. I love that you're going to be spontaneous and you're going to find a book that you love. Well, Sarah, thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope that you are so incredibly proud of all of the hard work that you have done this week between reaching out with teachers and being brave enough to re-engage with some of your peers. I hope you are really proud of yourself. I am so happy that you came and talked with me today. I will see you again next week. Does that sound okay?
Yes, thank you so much.
Of course.
Well, hi, Alejandra. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Good. I'm glad that you were able to make it. Now, I just wanted to double check with you. I know that we met last week,
Yes.
and we were checking in. We emailed your teachers, and you were talking to some of them. And I was able to see through some of the email going back and forth that they did give you new due dates. What about the teachers that you talked to? What was it? What was the turnaround on that? Did they work with you? Did they give you new due dates?
Yeah, the teachers that I felt good talking to were really nice about it. They were really proud of me for coming to speak with them because I told them how nervous I was. But they gave me some extended deadlines, and they helped me kind of organize myself, which was really nice. I didn't realize that I was going to go about it a little wrong. So they helped me organize it. And then the teachers who you emailed, who like I just did not want to speak with, they were nice about just like giving me a deadline.
Well, that I am so happy to hear that. And you are so brave for reaching out and sitting down with them and developing a plan to get you all
Mhm.
caught up. The other thing that I was going to ask you about, how has it been working for you at home? I know that you said that your mom had taken a new job and she used to take you to the library,
Mhm.
and now you were trying to establish a new study habits to try and work on this at home by yourself, and you were going to set off some time. How is that working out for you?
Good. I think that the teachers that I saw in person who gave me some tips on how to study best, I really did well with their stuff. But some of the other teachers, I kind of felt a little lost and overwhelmed. But it's better than before, definitely.
Good. And then are you feeling like you're getting caught up with all this stuff like you're supposed to?
Uh-huh.
Are you setting up some time? Because I know that last time we said that we were going to start working on like the past assignments and leaving
Mhm.
some room for the new assignments. Now, there's a technique that's a very popular technique. I like to use it myself as well. It's
Yeah.
called the Pomodoro technique.
Ooh.
And what you do with that is maybe set a timer, and you can do that on your phone or you can do it with an app, however you choose to do it on your computer, your Chromebook,
Mhm.
whatever it is that you use. And you can start with slowly increments and maybe do like 25 minutes where you're working, set the timer, and then take a 5-minute break. So that helps your brain and your body rest. So don't check Facebook, don't check
Yeah.
any of those things that you young people check on. Don't check any of that. Don't check text. When you do your 5 minute break, go get a drink of water, go grab a snack, and try to limit your time. So if you're doing the 2 hours, then do the 25 minutes, 5 minutes, and then, do that so that it helps you
Mhm.
with the chunking. Is there anything else that I can help you with, or as far as like sit down and maybe look at some other homework, or are you using some of those strategies that they had you set for the other classes? Are you applying them to your other stuff that you didn't know how to set it up?
I wasn't applying the things that I hadn't learned to the other classes, but I really like your chunking idea. I think that's going to make all of the work I have to do as a whole a lot easier. I was feeling kind of overwhelmed about how much stuff I had to do once I sat down and really laid it all out. But I think your idea of chunking it all and taking lots of breaks is going to make it a lot easier.
And I love that because I'm the same way too. It's like our brain
Mhm.
can only focus a little at a time. So
Yeah.
sometimes if I'm worried about so many things, I'll set a timer and then do a little bit of homework and then, break it. But as you get going, then you can establish your own times. I have some kids doing 30 minutes and then taking a 15-minute break, or, whatever works for you. So you have to like, try it different ways, but the best one is to start with 25 minutes and then 5 minutes, because your brain can only focus a little bit of time. That way you won't feel overwhelmed. um, Now, how, other than that, have you been sitting with mom to see if maybe she can make some time to help you with some things? I know that was very
Mhm.
important for you to do that with mom.
Yeah, we started having some, once she gets home from work, we sit down together at the dinner table and we kind of talk about what I've gotten done, what I still need to do. She has the same list that I do about everything I have to get caught up on, and so that's kind of nice that she knows what I know now.
I love that you have a list, and then and are you crossing it off? Are you checking it off? What
Mhm.
is it that you're practicing on there?
Yeah, whenever I finish an older assignment that's finally done, I'll cross it out and it's hanging on our fridge so my mom can see it too.
Oh, I love that you're working on that with your mom as well.
Mhm.
Now, what I wanted to ask you though is, on a scale of 1 to 10, with well, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that again. On a scale of
Yeah.
1 to 10, with one being that you were feeling bad and hopeless, when we began to
Mhm.
speak, to a 10, meaning that you believe you're rocking it and making better choices. Where are you on that scale?
Well, definitely like an 8. I feel like just since we started talking, I've one gotten in contact with my teachers and two have better strategies now. And so even though I still feel a little overwhelmed by the amount that I have to do, I feel like I'm getting there, right?
I love that. I love that. And what do you think I can do to help you to get to a 10? What do you think I can do to help you get there? I would love to see you say, I'm a 10.
I think I don't know. I just feel a little overwhelmed by the amount. I feel like I'm getting through it, but maybe I need help on working through my stress because I feel like overwhelmed when I get looking at the amount of things I need to do. I think if I could feel better about that and keep working through my strategies, then I'd be at a 10.
So, what do you think maybe of us setting a goal for maybe our next time, since you're on a wonderful track of getting caught up with your work, and it seems like you have a plan to get there, of maybe on our next meeting
Mhm.
we work through different things, maybe some meditation, and try different
Yeah.
techniques to help you relieve some of that stress. In the meantime, I can certainly send you, through an email or something, some of them to try, just like maybe a 2 minute one or a 1 minute one. But just if you just take a deep breath anytime that you feel overwhelmed, and then breathe, for 10, 15 seconds, and then just breathe. Some of Another person that I work with, taught me for my breathing, was to inhale, like I was inhaling a lot of black, lot of white color, and then when I was exhaling, it was a different color. So you can do
Oh,
it vice versa. I did it a little bit on the reverse side, because to me, I was inhaling the bad. And then when I was exhaling, I did it as white smoke because it would be like nice, because it would be like a clear. So I was like inhaling the bad stuff and letting it work through my body, and then just exhaling all the colors. So that's one thing that I do every now and then. So if I feel overwhelmed, I stop and then I focus around and see what I smell, what I can look at, what I feel, what's next to me. So there's different things that we can do with that. But on the for a goal, I would like for us to maybe brainstorm on the next time that we sit down, and maybe I can have different meditations or different stress relief activities that I can show you, and then you can tell me which one you would be interested in, and we will practice that more. How does that sound for you?
I think that sounds awesome. I love meditation and mindfulness. I don't know much about it. Um, but some of the ones that we do in school are super helpful. So if I can have more tools, I would love that.
I would love to provide you with more tools for your toolbox, and I am really excited about our next meeting. I love to see that smile on your face and seeing that everything is working out on your behalf. And I
Mhm,
want to get you to that 10. So hopefully by our next meeting, we are at our 10, but then we're still teaching you some life skills about stress relief and
mhm,
meditation and some mindful practices that will get you through any time of the day, not just in school.
mhm. I love that.
Was there
Great.
anything else that I can help you today with, Alejandra?
No, I
No?
feel okay.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to meet with you. And if you need anything, please don't hesitate to send me an email or come knocking at my door. If you need more help and even setting up some time here at school, I'd love to set up a tutor or some time to get you caught up a little bit
Yeah,
here and there so that you can have a plan and you're not as overwhelmed as you are.
absolutely. That sounds so helpful. Thank you.
All right. Well, it was nice seeing you. You take care of yourself.